Recorded Books presents The Fall of Neskaya, Book 1 of the Clingfire Trilogy by Marion Zimmer Bradley and Deborah J. Ross, narrated by Pete Bradbury. Disclaimer. The observant reader may note discrepancies in some details from more contemporary tales. This is undoubtedly due to the fragmentary histories which survive to the present day. Many records were lost during the years following the Ages of Chaos and 100 Kingdoms, and others were distorted by oral tradition. Author's Note. Immensely generous with her special world of Darkover, Marion Zimmer Bradley loved encouraging new writers. We were always friends when she began editing the Darkover and Sword and Sorceress anthologies. The match between my natural literary voice and what she was looking for was extraordinary. She loved to read what I loved to write, and she often cited The Death of Brendan Ensolar, 4 Moons of Darkover, D.A.W. 1988, as one of her favorites. As Marion's health declined, I was invited to work with her on one or more Darkover novels. We decided that rather than extend the story of modern Darkover, we would return to the Ages of Chaos. Marion envisioned a trilogy beginning with the Hastur Rebellion and the Fall of Neskaya, the enduring friendship between Varzil the Good and Carolyn Hastur, and extending to the firebombing of Hali and the signing of the Compact. While I scribbled notes as fast as I could, she would sit back, eyes alight, and begin a story with, "Now the Hasturs tried to control the worst excesses of Laren weapons, but there were always others under development." Or, "Of course, Varzil and Carolyn had been brought up on tales of star-crossed lovers who perished in the destruction of Neskaya." Here is that tale. Deborah J. Ross, March 2001. Book 1. Chapter 1. Corin Lanier woke from a dream of fire sweeping down from the heights. The dream had begun peacefully enough, but with an unusual vividness, as were so many of his dreams since his body had begun changing with adolescence. At first his glider hovered beneath Darkover's great bloody sun, its silken sails spread wide over fragile wooden struts. Last summer, his eldest brother Eddard, who was heir to the mountainous Verdanta lands, had shown him how to ride the air currents for short distances. In his dream, Corin soared freely. He felt no fear of the height, only pleasure in the limitless heavens. Summer lightning flashed in the distance across the Hellers. The air crackled with energy. Smoke curled skyward from a grove of resin trees. Corin tensed. Since he could remember, he and his brothers had kept watch for forest fires, sometimes competing to be the first to sound the alarm. In his dream, Corin struggled to turn the glider, to head back to Verdanta Castle with the news. But the wood and leather apparatus wouldn't respond. It fought him like a living thing, twisting and turning in his grasp. Corin noticed the Starstone, a chip of brilliance lashed to the crossbeams. It looked just like any other Starstone, bestowed on each child according to family tradition on the midwinter festival following their 12th birthdays. But this one he knew was his own. As he gazed at it, blue light flared within as if in recognition. He'd heard that with such a stone, a trained Laranzu could send a glider wherever he wished, not just where the uncertain winds took it. The idea stirred something in him, a wordless longing, to go where he chose, not where chance carried him. Corin gazed into the Starstone and pictured the glider turning back toward home at his command. Blue fire flickered in its depths. His nerves prickled and his stomach clenched, as rebellious as the glider. Still he kept his eyes fixed on the Starstone, trying to go deeper, ever deeper. The fire shifted, pouring down the hillsides, leaping over the fire breaks, which were strangely overgrown with neglect. In a matter of moments it enveloped brush and copse, sweeping over everything in its path. Grass went up in puffs of smoke. Resin trees blazed. As the pockets of flammable sap ignited, the trees exploded, one by one, showering live cinders in every direction. Smoke, dense and acrid, billowed from the forest. Far in the
Sample complete. Ready to continue?